So in this video I'm going to be talking to you about the book of Esther. As I was rereading it for the second time, there's just so much to unpack and so much wisdom you get. I definitely recommend that you read the book of Esther if you've not read it before. I'm going to mention two things that, like, lessons which kind of stood out to me in the book. As I said, there's loads of things. Like, the book is just full of wisdom. So as I said, I recommend that you do read it. Because I'm not going to go through the whole story. But basically, Esther is somebody who was just full of wisdom, and that wisdom was given to her by God. So the situation in this is she didn't know what to do, so she found out. So basically, she's queen, and she's found out that there's a genocide of her people, which are the Jews, and she doesn't know how to deal with it. So she takes the time and she decides to fast and pray. So if you're not familiar with fasting and praying, so fasting and praying is done when as in her case, if we're stuck and we want some like advice, if we're stuck in a situation in our life, and we can fast and pray in hopes of getting the answers to deal with that situation. There's loads of different things you can do, what people fast and pray for. So in this particular reason, that's what she did. Now, when she came up with this plan, she must have thought, when she finally had a plan, she must have thought, is this gonna work? Is it gonna be too slow? Like, she was probably at the time itching to kind of just rush into it, but she didn't rush into it. She took her time with the plan, and it just reminds me of the fact that there's God's timing and there's our timing. Sometimes when it comes to our timing, we want things to happen straight away, and obviously with this situation as well that she was in, like, her people were dying, these innocent people were dying. So for her understanding of timing, she'd think you'd have to jump into it, but God's timing is a lot different like that. So God's timing is the reason why it may seem slower to our understanding of time. Is it's not necessarily slower, but it's better for us. Um, the timings may seem a lot slower, but it's his timing that helps develop us. Like, at the end of the day, his patience, his timing is more beneficial for us than our timing. And so sometimes it feels like life or a situation is moving at snail pace. Just remember that God's timing is a lot more divine than our understanding of time. Another thing as well, so God gave Esther this position of queen literally out of nowhere. Like, it wasn't expected. So I'm not going to go through the whole story, but basically the king wanted a new queen because basically his wife kind of disrespected him. She wasn't listening to him. She wasn't, that sort of thing. So he was like, you know what? I don't want her to be queen. I want someone else to be queen. And I don't 100% remember, but I remember he asked for all the women in that area to come gather and something like that. Either way, Esther had no background in it whatsoever, and sometimes it feels that we're being chucked into a situation and we may feel lost or confused as to why we're in that situation. But remember that God's put you in this situation for a reason. It might not happen straight away, but he's working behind the scenes, that he's giving you that position. He's gonna work with you in that position, but he's gonna use you in some way to fulfill his will that he has for his children, or for your life, or for whatever situation it is. So remember, even though you've been chucked into, which may seem like a deep end, don't worry, because God's put you in that situation for a reason.